Good morning. Before we get to today's tale, I want to take a moment to wish all the ladies out there a very happy Valentine's Day. Now, I may not be Earl McClendon, but I've got a little style of my own. And Earl, well, he's got a story today that's sweeter than a gas station chocolate and twice as unpredictable. So stick around, because this Valentine's Day, Earl's heart is thump-thumping, the wind's misbehaving, and love's about to take a detour through the church parking lot. The day Earl tried to deliver a Valentine by John Hart, the Heart of Appalachia. There's a certain kind of quietness that settles over the mountains on Valentine's morning. Not the hush of snow, not the stillness before a storm. Just that gentle, hopeful quiet, where even the birds seem to be waiting on something sweet to happen. And on this particular day, Valentine's Day, Earl woke up with a feeling he didn't recognize at first. He sat up in bed, blinked twice, and he whispered to himself, "Lord have mercy, I think I'm in love." Earl shuffled into the kitchen. His hair was sticking up like a rooster that lost a fight, and poured himself a cup of coffee strong enough to wake the dead. He sat down at the table, pulled out a piece of red construction paper he had bought at the Dollar General, and started cutting a heart with his pocket knife. Because scissors, in Earl's mind, were for people who ain't committed. After a few jagged attempts, he ended up with something that looked more like a lopsided possum track than a heart, but he was proud of it. He wrote in his best handwriting, "Lila Mae, you make my heart do that thump-thump thing. Earl." He leaned back, nodded, and said, "That right there is poetry." Earl set the Valentine on the dashboard of his truck and rolled down the window to wave at his neighbor, old man Coggins. That's when the wind, that mischievous mountain wind that never seems to mind its own business, snatched that Valentine clean off the dash and sent it sailing down the road like it had somewhere important to be. Earl panicked. He threw the truck in reverse, tires squealing, chasing what he thought was his Valentine, only to discover he had been pursuing a red barbecue napkin from last night's supper. Meanwhile, the real Valentine floated gently into the church parking lot and landed right on Pastor Jenkins' windshield. Pastor Jenkins found it first. He picked it up, read the note, and his eyebrows shot up so high they nearly left his forehead. His wife found him holding it and said, "Who's Earl, and why is he thump-thumping at you?" The choir director walked by, saw the note, and whispered, "Well, I always suspected the pastor had a secret admirer." By the time Earl finally tracked it down, half the congregation had read it, and rumors were spreading faster than gossip at a potluck. Earl snatched the Valentine back, smoothed it out, and muttered, "Good grief, this thing's been on more of a journey than Moses." Earl marched into the Dollar General, Valentine in hand, determined to finish what he started. Lila Mae was behind the counter, laughing with Pastor Jenkins' wife about the mysterious romantic note that had blown through the churchyard. Earl froze. Then, with all the courage old Earl could muster, he stepped forward and handed her the wrinkled, wind-worn heart. Lila Mae looked at it, then at Earl, then back at the heart. She smiled, that soft, kind gentle that made Earl's knees wobble, and said, "Earl, next time you want to give me a Valentine, just hand it to me. Don't send it on a church tour." She leaned over the counter and kissed him on the cheek. Earl turned redder than the construction paper. And that's how Earl McClendon learned 3 things on Valentine's Day. The wind is not always your friend. The church gossip change moves faster than the internet. And sometimes, even when everything goes wrong, love still finds its way. Because in the mountains, even a crooked Valentine can land in the right hands. This is John Hart, the Heart of Appalachia. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for the next session.